let's say, what about, okay, if a woman's pregnant, are you wasting seed, right?
No. So here's the thing.
They say Uber and
You're responsible for effort, not outcome. In life in general, Hashem does not punish you for effort. He punishes you for lack of effort. The outcome is only in His hands. Just like we were talking about in the beginning of the shiur. We can't do anything, really. Everything is Hashem. One of the, these 10 remembrances. The 10th remembrance, or the 9th remembrance, that you have to repeat every day after Shachrit, or at any point during the day, is that Hashem, in essence, is responsible for everything, responsible for your parnasah and so on. Which in essence is a reminder that not only is He responsible for your parnasah, He's responsible for everything. Because you as a human being can't do anything. You want to believe you can do something, but in reality you can't. You can, depend on Hashem. You want to move your hand, Hashem has to allow you to move your hand. You want to see, Hashem has to allow your eyes to see. You want to think, Hashem has to allow your brain to function, and so on. Hashem is everything. So, in essence, we are responsible for ishtadlut, for effort, for trying, for exerting effort. But as far as outcome, what actually happens as a result of that effort, that is something that only Hashem can decide. You can work, not 9 to 5, but 24 hours a day, and still be poor. There's many, many people that work very, very hard, much harder than all of us put together, and they're still broke. And there's some people that barely work, and are multi-millionaires. Multi-millionaires. Why? Hashem decided he's going to be a millionaire, and he's going to be broke. The outcome is not because you're a hard worker. Don't think you became rich because you're a hard worker. Don't think you became successful because you're smart. Don't think your wife is beautiful because you're so wonderful. Hashem decided this, and Hashem decided that. In essence, getting to the bottom line of your question, Hashem is responsible for the outcome. We are responsible for the effort. You are obligated, as a man, to try to fulfill the mitzvah of pu'ubu, of bringing children to the world. A woman is not obligated, but obviously it's a nice partnership. So now, you're responsible to try. Whether you're going to have children or not, it's not up to you. But you have to try. And you're not allowed to not try until you at least fulfill the mitzvah, which means you had at least one boy and one girl. This is the reason why there's no heter to take birth control pills just because you want to have fun. You're only allowed to take birth control pills if there is some medical issue, if you just gave birth. You have to get rabbinical approval to do it, not just you feel like having fun. Oh no, we're still too young, or we want to go on vacation this year and I want to look good in my bikini. There's no heter. So you have to fulfill the mitzvah of pu'ubu because in essence you have to do it. So now, if two people fulfill that mitzvah, they try to bring children to the world. They do their share. There's no kid. It's not their problem. It's Hashem's problem. Either side, there's not going to be a kid. Somebody's 60 years old, 70 years old. They can't bring a kid to the world. She already went through that time. She already passed that time. His seed doesn't, something. Can't happen. Physically, cannot happen. Not your problem. You're responsible for effort. Outcome, that's his business. If someone understands this, everything in their life changes. Same thing obviously goes for someone that's pregnant. Obviously, if a woman's pregnant, she can't get pregnant twice. She's already pregnant. Same thing. Again, it's not your problem. Number one, the reason why Hashem made it enjoyable is because if it wasn't enjoyable, no one would have kids. One person in the neighborhood would have a kid. Everybody would see what the headache the kid is bringing. No one else would have a kid. So Hashem made it enjoyable. If He wanted you to just be like animals, He wouldn't make it enjoyable. And then no one would have any kids and the world would be destroyed. So He made it enjoyable, which means you're supposed to enjoy it. But there's a kosher way to enjoy intimacy. You don't have to be a lion. You can enjoy intimacy. But there's a kosher way to do it. So Hashem gave us a certain amount of privileges, certain amount of time to spend with our wives, certain amount of time not to spend with our wives, certain amount of times to be together, certain amount of times not to be together, certain amount of time that you can be pregnant, certain amount of time you can't be pregnant. The point is that as long as you are within those boundaries, your life will be wonderful. Your intimate life, your spiritual life, material life, everything will be wonderful. As soon as you start going out of that circle and start creating your own circle, That's when problems begin. Yeah.
But is that only under the context in which you engage in traditional sexual encounter where seed is spilled within the woman?
Yes, well, it's as long as you are doing, you're performing intimacy in a kosher way. So that means that the semen has to go in the place it's supposed to go. Otherwise it's considered spilling seed. It's considered wasting seed. If it's going anywhere else in the body or anywhere else, then it's considered spilling seed. We learned this from Eren Onan. Eren Onan, which were the two children of Judah, they both had the same wife. And both of them were killed by Hashem, even though this was before Matan Torah. This was even before the Torah. And the reason why is because they both found Tamar to be ultra beautiful. She was one of the most beautiful women that ever existed. And they said, listen, if she gets pregnant, it'll ruin her beauty. So they ejaculated, but just not inside. Somewhere else. So Hashem said, oh, okay, you don't want to bring kids to the world? Fine, I don't need you either. So he killed both of them. This is also one of the major strongholds of where we learn that wasting seed is also a sin for goyim. It's not to the same level of sin as Jews, but it is definitely something that Hashem frowns upon and views as something disgusting. So in essence, as far as seed, you're supposed to try. The seed is supposed to go in the vagina. There's no other place that a woman can get pregnant, and as long as it's there, you're fine. Whether there's a baby or not is not your business. Whether you become rich or not your business. Whether you are going to become a Talmid Chacham or not your business. You are just supposed to try. As long as you try, they can't complain about you. You go up to Shamayim, say, listen. They're not going to say, listen, Amos, why weren't you Moshe Rabbeinu? What do you mean? You made me Amos. I can't be Moshe Rabbeinu. Oh, you know what? You're right. Why don't you be Moshe Rabbeinu? I mean, you Moshe Rabbeinu. You have to be Amos. That's what Rabbi Zusha. Rabbi Zusha, they would ask him, Rabbi, what are you trying to be your whole life? What are you trying to be? I'm just trying to be Rabbi Zusha. Yeah. What about Rabbi Akiva, Moshe Rabbeinu, Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai? He goes, no, I'm just trying to be Zusha. Just Zusha, not even Rabbi Zusha, just Zusha. Why Zusha? He goes, because when I go up to Shamayim, they're not going to ask me, why weren't you Moshe Rabbeinu? Why weren't you Rabbi Akiva? They made me Zusha. I'm going to be Zusha. I'm going to be the best possible Zusha I can be. So you have to try to be the best version of you, not someone else. But that also means you can't waste time. You can't just spend your time with pilpulim. Pilpulim means just like mental stimulation for absolutely no reason whatsoever. It's like there's a word for it in English I keep forgetting.
Entertainment?
No, it's not for entertainment. Yeah, I guess it's entertainment, but it's not that. There's something else for it. Whatever. You got the message. Go ahead. You had a question.